Welcome back to Homemaking Without Fear, my friends. Welcome to my kitchen again. We are dealing with these today. I know a lot of you are preserving and harvesting right now, and who doesn't have zucchini coming out their ears? I got some beautiful zucchini from my mom this week and I'll show you two of my favorite ways to use up zucchini. I want to welcome you to Homemaking Without Fear, and if you are just finding us, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Make sure you turn on bell notifications. That just allows me to let you know when new videos post. It also supports the channel. It's a big deal to hit 1,000 subscribers. It really means that a channel is going somewhere, and it also helps us monetize and gives us incentive to keep going and making videos for you. And I love to do this, so I would love the support and love to continue to make videos for you. All right, two of my very favorite ways to use zucchini. One is a preservation recipe. The other is just simply a delicious. Let's go. One is a zucchini relish recipe that I water bath can. It's super simple, it comes together pretty quick. It does take 2 days to make this. Zucchini has a lot of moisture and you want a lot of this to drain off before you complete your relish. The second recipe is zucchini bread, and it actually was originally a banana bread recipe, and I've converted it to zucchini. So you'll make banana bread the same exact recipe, just substitute 6 smashed bananas for 6 cups of shredded zucchini. The relish recipe comes to you out of a very well-loved Kerr home canning cookbook. This is actually a recipe called Dixie Relish, and it originally calls for 1 quart of chopped cabbage, but I substitute 4 cups of shredded zucchini in this recipe, and it's sour, it's a little sweet, it's perfect on hot dogs, mixed in sandwich spreads. It is a favorite. So we're gonna get to washing, shredding up some zucchini. I will prepare the relish, let it sit in the fridge overnight. I'm going to reserve some shredded zucchini to make banana bread. By the way, you can get both of these recipes, the zucchini bread and zucchini relish, at homemakingwithoutfear.com. They are printable recipes there for you, and also step-by-step instructions with photos. So I start out this recipe by rinsing and drying off 1 large zucchini. We'll see how much this actually ends up making. If the center has a lot of seeds and it's really soft, I just cut that out. I'm looking for the more meaty outside portion of the zucchini, and I'm cutting it into smallish strips because I'm going to shred it in my food processor. You can certainly shred this by hand, but the food processor makes it a lot easier. My zucchini recipe calls for 6 cups of shredded zucchini. That is a lot. It will make 2 loaves of bread, but that's perfect because we want to use this up. And it makes a really healthy snack. That looks about right. We'll measure it out later when we make the bread. Now, for the relish, I'm going to fill my food processor twice for this. There's 1. Try to avoid getting a lot of seeds in the relish. It's really not a big deal, but I pull out any big pieces of zucchini, rind, skin, and seeds. That is about 8 cups of zucchini, which will make a double recipe. Now, because I still have my food processor out and It's not clean yet. I'm gonna go ahead and use it to shred up my pepper. A couple small and one larger jalapeno to make this just a little spicy. You can use more or you can completely leave those out. I don't have any red peppers in the garden, but I have these green banana peppers, and I also have a couple regular green peppers. I know they say you shouldn't really tweak with original canning recipes, and I don't stray too far out of the ordinary, but my kitchen, my rules, your kitchen, your rules. This is what I have for peppers. I don't have any onion on hand right now because this was kind of a spur of the moment recipe. So I'm gonna add some chopped dried onion, just a little bit. My husband doesn't even care for onion, so I'm gonna omit that. If I had the onion, those just get quartered and they go right in with the peppers. This saves a lot of chopping time. Peppers going in. I'm gonna do about a 1/4 cup of dried onion. It smells so good. What I'm making today is mostly zucchini with a little dried onion and about half the peppers of the regular recipe. This is just a bit more of a kid-friendly, husband-friendly relish. He doesn't mind peppers too much, but I think he'll prefer a lighter pepper relish. Now remember, this is about 8 cups of zucchini, plus my onion, plus my peppers. I'm gonna add 5 tablespoons of salt. I'm using a canning pickling salt here, not the regular iodized salt. The salt is gonna draw the moisture out of the zucchini. I'm gonna cover this, I'm gonna let it sit overnight. Then in the morning, I'm gonna strain off the excess liquid. We'll mix up our vinegar, sugar canning liquid, and we'll go ahead and process this and preserve it to put on the shelf. All right, let's make zucchini bread. Starts out with 2 cups of sugar, 1 cup of softened butter. You cream that together, and then you add in 6 cups of shredded zucchini. The key to making this a moist but not gummy zucchini bread is to make sure that you strain off all the extra liquid. I do this by wrapping the shredded zucchini in, say, a kitchen towel or a cheesecloth and twisting it up really, really tight to get as much moisture out as I possibly can. After the sugar, butter, and zucchini is added, eggs go in, also vanilla, and after that, all my dry ingredients. I just dump them right in the bowl. Flour, soda, salt. This truly is a simple and not a fussy recipe at all. Basically, ingredients go right in the bowl and you mix it until just combined. You do not want to overmix this bread. That is another way to get a really gummy, poor texture in your bread. Do not overmix this. All right. So our batter is ready. As you might have noticed in my cooking videos, I'm not a very precise cook. I tend to cook a little on the messy side, and I'm also not super accurate with my measurements. That's why blogging and recipe writing is good for me. It makes me be a little more careful. So I have a 375 preheated oven. This batter is going to make 2 loaves of zucchini bread or banana bread if you want to do that version. Remember, again, I said you could substitute 6 bananas. A great tip for banana bread is to take your bananas that have been sitting on the counter, maybe they're getting a little brown, pop them in a zip top bag and save them for banana bread. It doesn't take them but a few minutes to thaw out enough to whip them up in this batter. You could add a little bit of cinnamon to this batter if you like that flavor. That'd be a really good flavor for fall. You could put a little bit of pumpkin spice flavoring in here. You could also add chocolate chips, but today we're just going basic. So 2 loaf pans, and we're filling about half. I'll check these in 45 minutes, but it'll probably take them an hour to get nice and brown and ready. And now to clean up the aftermath. Hello, hello. Welcome back to the kitchen on day 2 of turning zucchini into some delicious treats. I have some zucchini bread right here. It turned out really delicious. Super moist. We are going to finish up zucchini relish today. I am doubling the recipe, and you can find that recipe at homemakingwithoutfear.com. We've shredded our zucchini, our peppers, onion if you like, and now we're gonna get ready to can this so that we can put it on our shelves. You can see all the moisture has resulted from letting the salted shredded veggies sit overnight in the refrigerator. Now we're gonna drain off the liquid, rinse this, and get ready to pack it into jars. I have my pint jars in my steam canner. They're clean jars, but I like to put them in here upside down and let them sterilize while I get everything ready. I've also mixed up the brine that we'll be using for the zucchini relish. This consists of apple cider vinegar, a little bit of sugar, and some spices. I just have a fine mesh strainer here in a regular strainer because I want to get out most of the liquid, but I don't want my little pieces of onion, little pieces of pepper to escape. So I'm gonna strain off the liquid and also give it a cold water rinse. It's gonna go right into our warm brine. This zucchini relish is a high acid food, so it is safe to water bath can or steam can. I have a steam canner. I actually have both a water bath canner and a steam canner, but I really like steam canning. If you are canning and preserving anything that's low acid, like meats or veggies that aren't in a acid brine, you would have to pressure can them. I'm gonna leave a link in the video description. Paige at Farmhouse Vernacular has a really great beginners canning 101 course. If you're interested in learning more about canning and how to get started, I'd encourage you to check out that link and take that course. It would be a really fun winter project. All right, so my shredded zucchini mixture is in my brine, and I'm just gonna give it a stir, put it on medium heat, and let it come to a simmer. And I wanna cook this for 30 minutes before we pack it into our clean, sterilized jars. All right, our zucchini mixture has simmered. We're gonna go ahead and pack it into our jars and can it. This mixture, veggies, a little bit of brine, to about a 1/2 inch headspace. The headspace in canning is the distance between the top of your food in your jar and the lid. You want to leave a little bit of room and not fill your jar too full, because when you're actually canning it, the heat will cause the food to expand and you don't want it to explode out the top of your jar. Okay, we have our jars filled. Doubling this recipe, I ended up with Ended up with 9 pints and a little bit left over in the pot, but that's okay. I'm just gonna put this into a Tupperware container and pop it in the fridge, and we'll use that this week. Rims of our glass jars have been wiped clean, and I'm just gonna go ahead and place a brand new canning lid on top with a ring, just hand tight. All right, my steam canner has come to the appropriate temperature, so I'm going to turn it down to low and add my jars. All right, the relish will process for 15 minutes. Okay, our 15 minutes is up on our timer, and our zucchini relish is done. Well, friends, my audio has failed me. What I was so eloquently saying is please check out these recipes at homemakingwithoutfear.com. Like and subscribe to this channel. Share it with a friend who loves to cook. I really enjoyed spending time in the kitchen with you the last couple days. Now get out there and tackle your piles of zucchini. I know you've got them. Thank you for being here. Bye-bye.